Minnesotans love their lakes in a wide variety of ways. We've made enormous strides in cleaning up pipes dumping pollution into our waterways, but we don't fully understand what helps preserve water quality. We have oftentimes engaged in activities that unintentionally degraded the water quality that we treasure so much.
No matter your age, you are still learning. So it's really important that we pay attention to the learning that happens outside of school, which we call informal learning. It happens in all sorts of structured and unstructured ways. It's responsive to an individual's interests, their past experience, and they get to make their own choices. Here at the Science Museum of Minnesota, every exhibit designer, every staff person who works on the floor understands the basics of informal learning as part of their job, so we can build the most educational experience possible.
The Environment and Natural Resources Trust Fund enabled us to do a series of projects over several decades, like chapters in a book, where each one went into greater depth about water issues in the state. The first chapter was called H2O Minnesota, and it was really about the fundamentals. No water flows into the state. It all runs out, whether it's the Atlantic Ocean, the Gulf of Mexico, or Hudson Bay. Watershed Science was an opportunity to help people understand how the interactions between different kinds of landscapes affect water quality. And then there was the Three Rivers Initiative, Earthscapes and Waterscapes, and the Soils Project with the Science House, constructed as the headquarters of our outdoor park, the Big Backyard, where we designed a 9-hole miniature golf course that allowed people to imagine their ball as a molecule of water and learn how water moves from the headwaters of the Mississippi River to the Gulf of Mexico.
One of the exciting things that we can do at the museum is really highlight how the small choices that people make as parents, as children, as people who live in neighborhoods can help make the water of Minnesota as clean and accessible as it possibly can be.
So if there was a situation where you would put your way out of a storm sewer and up onto a lawn next to a lawnmower to understand the fact that a lawn and a storm sewer are directly connected. And in large portions of Minnesota, there's actually an underground drainage system called drain tile. Water is intercepted by the drain tile, and any of the chemicals in that water, fertilizers, pesticides, go straight into a ditch, into a stream, into a bigger river. So there was a hole with all these different pieces of drain tile, and people could understand how agricultural fields are directly tied to waterways.
Mini golf is fun. You're having a fun group experience. But we studied it, and we've found that people actually understood the water journey. And so they're both having this really powerful social experience, making memories, and understanding the path of water. We are always looking for places where visitors are saying, this is super exciting, or staff are saying, wow, I feel like we're trying something different here. And then we look for very specific research funding to study that. And so the Trust Fund has been such a key partner in our ability to make the projects better.
From earlier experiences, we know that if you drill down far enough in the backyard, you'll hit artesian conditions. So why don't we create a suite of exhibit experiences around that artesian well that helps people understand how water actually moves through solid earth. The well was repurposed to be the source of water in our backyard for a whole host of activities, including free play in a running stream of water to channel it, dam it, move it around, just to have that experience of freely interacting with water any way that you wish.
The most important thing is that we actually talk to the people who participate in the projects. We can do surveys with them, we can have informal conversations. But what we're looking for is that the people were engaged, their questions were answered, and they saw that it was relevant to their lives. We might ask them what they've learned and compare that with what we had imagined. And through strategies like that, we can assess the success of informal learning.
No matter where we live, we all live in a watershed. And since we live in a watershed, we all have opportunities to engage in practices that can either harm or protect water quality.
The legacy of this work, of this continued funding from the Environment and Natural Resources Trust Fund, allows for people to find the thing that's a spark for them, which is the core of informal learning, and is so important for us as Minnesotans understanding the water around us.